I watched in disbelief as Phobos came riding through the aquarium on a Harley Davidson. I'd seen this motorcycle before. Its black flame-designed engine, its shotgun holsters, its leather seat that looked like human skin. This was the same motorcycle Ares had ridden when I'd first met him. But it had never occurred to me that it was just another form of his war chariot. "Hello, loser," Phoebus said, pulling a huge sword out of its sheath. "Time to be scared." I raised my own sword, determined to face him. But then Phobos' eyes glowed brighter, and I made the mistake of looking into them. Suddenly I was in a different place. I was at Camp Half-Blood, my favorite place in the world, and it was in flames. The woods were on fire. The cabins were smoking. The dining pavilion's Greek columns had crumbled, and the big house was a smoldering ruin. My friends were on their knees pleading with me. Annabeth, Grover, all the other campers. "Save us, Percy!" they wailed. "Make the choice!" I stood there, paralyzed. This was the moment I had always dreaded, the prophecy that was supposed to come about when I was 16. I would make a choice that would save or destroy Mount Olympus. Now the moment was here, and I had no idea what to do. The camp was burning. My friends looked at me, begging for help. My heart pounded. I couldn't move. What if I did the wrong thing? Then I heard the voices of the aquarium fish. "Son of the sea god, wake!" Suddenly I felt the power of the ocean all around me again. Hundreds of gallons of salt water, thousands of fish trying to get my attention. I was not at camp. This was an illusion. Phobos was showing me my deepest fear. I blinked and saw Phobos' blade coming down towards my head. I raised Riptide and blocked the blow just before he cut me in two. I counterattacked and stabbed Phobos in the arm. Golden ichor, the blood of the god, soaked through his shirt. Phobos growled and slashed at me. I parried easily. Without his power of fear, Phobos was nothing. He wasn't even a decent fighter. I pressed him back, swiped at his face, and gave him a cut across his cheek. The angrier he was, the clumsier he got. I couldn't kill him. He was immortal. But you wouldn't have known that from his expression. The fear god looked afraid. Finally, I kicked him backward against the water fountain. His sword skittered into the ladies' room. I grabbed the straps of his armor and pulled him up to face me. "You're gonna disappear now," I told him. "You're gonna stay out of Clarice's way, and if I see you again, I'm gonna give you a bigger scar in a much more painful place." He gulped. "There will be a next time, Jackson," and he dissolved into yellow vapor. I turned towards the fish exhibits. "Thanks, guys!" Then I looked at Ares' motorcycle. I'd never ridden an all-powerful Harley-Davidson war chariot before, but how hard could it be? I hopped on, started the ignition, and rode out of the aquarium to help Clarice. I had no trouble finding her. I just followed the path of destruction. Fences were knocked down, animals were running free, badgers and lemurs were checking out of the popcorn machine. A fat-looking leopard was lounging on a park bench with a bunch of pigeon feathers around him. I parked the motorcycle next to the petting zoo, and there were Demios and Clarice in the goat area. Clarice was on her knees. I ran forward but stopped when I saw how Demios had changed form. He was Ares now, the tall god of war, dressed in black leather and sunglasses, his whole body smoking with anger as he raised his fist over Clarice. "You failed me again," the war god bellowed. "I told you what would happen." He tried to strike her, but Clarice scrambled away, shrieking, "No, please!" "Foolish girl!" "Clarice!" I yelled. "It's an illusion! Stand up to him!"